forgot that they had the Olympics in Atlanta a few years ago in the 90s. This was it.
There's no music playing. Oh no, losing voice. Didn't get sleep. Went from drab. It's hot already. Good thing I'm putting like this. I forgot my selfie stick. Maybe I'll get one out here. It's gonna be annoying, but to my Atlanta journey. Okay, checked in my bag. I gotta be back around. I'm not gonna leave till the event later, so I'll probably check in to like eat or something. But getting ready to do some media. I'm representing what I'm doing today. Instant Culture, Swagger Magazine, Red Eye Media Group, myself, for us. There's a lot of brands out here. So yeah, I'm excited. Never been to Atlanta. Never really came this far for a media event before. I feel like I put myself really good together for being in the bathroom. Just saying. No, you're fine. I'm making a vlog actually. That's why you need a selfie stick so people know what you're doing. Alright. Let's see what happens, peeps.
Let's take them back. Coming up, I was confused. My mama kissed.
Alright, so we're in the media room, y'all. I gotta charge up my battery. I thought I brought the extra battery, but obviously I did not. So yeah, this is my tripod. I'm excited about it. I'm making progress in life. So yeah, you guys the backdrop. You know, lit in here. So crazy that I found my recruiter who put me and Frankie into Amway. Oh my god, it's like we're standing there. She took my headshot just now. She's like, your voice sounds familiar. I'm like, no, your voice sounds familiar. She's like, can we go and do it? She go to school. I was in Long Island. I'm like, you go to school? I'm like, definitely school. And I'm like, keep talking. And she was like talking to her friend, like, I definitely know her. Like, I've been looking at her. I recognize her. Then I'm like, Amway, I remember. So yeah, so I'm thinking got married. She's like, oh my god, like, you guys are lit. It's also so crazy how the front-facing camera is nothing like the back-facing camera. So yeah, I don't know what, like, I guess it's like a lunch break kind of period right now. I did like 2 interviews already, talking, networking. I checked out Bumble app and Luster. It's like a lot of brands out here pushing vendoring and stuff like that. So on top of networking and listening to speakers and attending panels and asking the right questions to get the right answers, it's also important to always constantly be aware, like, you know, keep your brand like in the face of people. Like Verizon is here, and it's like, I always take that as like, if Verizon needs to be at certain events to try to push their products on a certain market, we need to have that mentality too, you know? So it's like, never feel like, oh my god, like I'm annoying people with my product. It's like, no, that's what the billionaires do. Personally checking in with myself. Oh, this patch is so cool. It's kind of matched my outfit too. I'm a little exhausted. I was on the bus. I didn't really sleep that well on the bus. I think I had like 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 hours of sleep on the bus. And just right now, talking to people, hearing people talk about their dreams and stuff, it just kind of making me go back to my early entrepreneur days when I first started doing this. And yeah, just thinking about other ideas of the brands that I have running now, like how we can expand on those ideas. It's like, it really does make a difference to be around people who are like-minded. Because when you're not, it's just like, you're not getting fed, you know? When you are, it's just like, synapses be firing. Yeah, I'm about to go check out this workshop. Which one is it on? I forgot, but I marked it down as I want to be inside. So we're going to take images and content for like 15 minutes or so, not the whole thing. So I record for a bit, but I don't want to record 15 minutes. I want to record the good parts. So we'll see. If you haven't noticed by now, this vlog is being shot in vertical, so you have to keep your cameras tilted this way. These lights are really good in Atlanta though. You definitely have to take feel energy. Like, I just watched the playback of the interview I just did. I'm like, yeah, no. That's not gonna work, and I have to edit the fuck out of that one. So I'm thinking of maybe going back to my hotel. I mean, there's only the sessions are ending at 5. Go back to my hotel and take a little nap, because there's a mixer at 6:30, then there's a party at 8, a closing reception at 8, and then there's a party at 9. So I'm motherfucking tired. But it's good though. It's like super engaging, super, I don't know, I had a lot of fun. I watched these 5 guys on this panel from New York and LA, and I'm like, they sound like me and my friends. Deadass. So a lot of gems being learned this weekend. I mean, being around black creatives, I've never been to an event like this, I don't think, where it was majority black young millennial people, and everybody, the guests, the people in media, the people on the panel, the speakers, everyone is basically on the same type of team. Like you're launching a business, you work a 9 to 5, you're trying to find new ways, or people who already kind of scaled, left their jobs, been doing this 3-4 years, like, you know? I'm tired, just a little bit. Another note I wanted to say is that I know sometimes you feel like, oh, I could be doing this if there was more people. I mean, I am like one of the people that you could definitely look at and follow and see, like, Tahyira makes moves on her own, figures out a way. There's people here, like, I'm even looking, even in media, and I'm like, maybe I should have had someone else to help me, even with the tripod and everything else. But it's like I'm a one-woman show, and 3 people told me that. They're like, you're like a one-woman show, like your questions are really good, you know? So at the end of the day, you may not have everything that you want. Like, I'm sure I wish I had an assistant or someone to come with me, or people to just be around, you know? Maybe I could have did a more effort to put out, like, hey, I need an assistant to come with me, but like I would have to pay for their ticket on the bus and for them to stay with me, which was not a big deal. But you know, I'm just not there yet. Just because you're not exactly where you want to be doesn't mean that you shouldn't still take on opportunities. Because to me, being here, interviewing all these people who I probably would have never met before, but I send them an Instagram DM. A lot of them are like blue checks too, you know, there's a lot of people engaging with them. I never got through. And I was like, oh, no, Tia, I got you, you know? So, and that's what the guys on the panel were talking about. They were like, we have to understand, because the panel was about money and understanding how to find money and things like that. And it kind of turned into a panel talking about how to look for, well, most of them were talking about how they actually got on was not necessarily taking jobs, it was actually the opposite. This one guy said that he got an offer right after college, $55,000 to manage a construction company. His father told him, like, I think you can do better than that. He took a job at Bad Boy being an EA, executive assistant, for half of that salary. That guy that he was assistant for, he ended up leaving Bad Boy, whatever. He let him keep all the clients, big name clients, clearly. So, you know, it's more about chasing opportunity, or not chasing, presenting, like taking on opportunities that may not always be money incentive, you know. And the other lady who's running the financial brand, she has like 103,000 followers, and she started her company 4 years ago. She's from Brooklyn, and she was just saying, I'm getting tired off the train of thought. I don't remember. She was just saying that, like, a lot of people talk about 9 to 5. It's like, I was never against having a 9 to 5. It's like, yes, it's cool to work for yourself, and everybody wants to work from, not, you know, be on your own, like pay your bills and everything by working with your clients or whatever it is, your creative aspects. But your 9 to 5 is your first investor, you know. Those are people that can help you build your credit, you know, pay off bills, things like that. Like, give you up. I mean, if I didn't have a job, I couldn't get on the bus to come to Atlanta, you know. So it's definitely something to know. And one thing I'm teaching myself, which I would never say that I never thought about, but just because those opportunities never presented myself, a lot of my friends used to be like, TZ, why don't you try to work for these people? Like, work for Netflix, work for Hulu, write for this magazine. And I used to be like, why would I write for them and do that when I could do it for myself? One side of me. The other side was like, when I would reach out to these jobs, it's like they're super competitive, and then you don't get it, and then you kind of like, or if you do get it, you know what I mean? It's like you're being told what to do, and then all your dreams go to the wayside, and you're pursuing somebody else's. But coming here and to listen to a lot of people's stories, I do believe that I probably missed out on opportunities, like I say that now, because of that mentality. So, and it's a learning element to it, you know? It's definitely a learning element. So reflect on yourself and you'll be good. So we're back for the final day, day 2. More interviews, more workshops, more networking. After this, I think we're wrapping at like 5 today. So yeah, Atlanta last night, it was lit. We had like a little party. I don't know, I had fun. I connected with a bunch of people. I met a lot of people that do like hair and makeup and stuff. I'm like, nah, y'all super lit. This one girl was talking to me, she was like, yeah, one day I just got up and I realized like I could hair braid, and I'm like, she went into her, like she put in 2 weeks notice, and that was it. Like, she just started doing hair braid, and she goes to people's houses and shit. I'm like, nah, girl, that's super, like, a lot of people don't have that in them to just be like, nah, I'm gonna quit my job and do it. So I think it's lit. I wanted to record when I was inside my hotel room, but I was so tired yesterday. Not tired, but like I wanted just to take a little break from being on. But let me tell y'all what happened. First of all, I checked into a room and the room was fucking dirty. It's like, just give me another room. I'm like, and it's only one elevator working, 16 floors. It just took me like 30 minutes to get out. I did 2 interviews already. It's going a little better today. Like, a lot of people missed the interviews yesterday. Have to come back today. Yes, just had a workshop with Dia Sims. She's the president, first female president. Well, she's the first president in general of Combs Enterprises. She worked with Diddy. She's been working with Diddy for like 10 years. Super lit. She's like negotiating all kind of contracts. The fact that people who are at the top of their careers still experience the things that we experience when we're now starting off, or we feel we don't go through it, you know, especially being black, being female. She's from Elmhurst, from New York, coming from, you know, like it's competition. We all go through the same thing, so I think it was really refreshing to hear that. All right, y'all, last one. A little step and repeat right here. It's the last freaking one. Karen Sybil. I've always wanted to be in her area. It's like she had this retreat I was supposed to go to one time. Something came up. See how God just be working with you? You be exactly where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. You meet the people you're supposed to meet when you're supposed to meet them. Never before, never after. I had a really, really fun weekend out here. I connected. I'm so lit that I ran to my cousins out here. So much family love going on. And I met a bunch of new friends. And like everyone's like, that's the thing about being in a black community. It really does feel like your brothers and sisters, because it's like, what up, sis? What up, bro? It's like you just met them. So definitely good vibes. Let's go check out what she gotta say. It's the finale. And after this, we out of here. Back to New York City.